And I'm just wondering, can I zoom in on something while I'm live? So I'm going to be playing with the buttons. Okay, that doesn't do anything. What's this little arrow? Oh, I can share. I don't want to do that right now since I'm experimenting. What's that? Okay. Yeah, that's the light from my phone. I don't really turn that on. Let's see. 1 minute of video needed to start a highlight. Okay, let's do the filter thing. Okay, I like this filter. Don't want to turn the phone around. When I'm filming for my videos, I can, let me try to do this. Nope, it doesn't want me to do that. Huh. So I'm just waiting for my audience, if I have one, which is fine. Let me go ahead and explain about my channel. My channel name is Buying Space. And when I sell things or donate things, the space that's taken up by these boxes is gained. And sometimes, in order to get rid of things, you have to, donate or go through and figure out what's recycled, what's trash. And so, in essence, or if you send something off in the mail, you're paying for that. You're paying for shipping. You're paying for removal. And you have to buy space. Now, about 20 years ago, oh, here's my coffee. About 20 years ago, the thing was you could have your stuff picked up. And when you had your stuff picked up, people would pay you to pick it up because they go off and they sell it. So, but now if you have, say, a storage shed you want cleaned out, people will charge you to take that away. And I think a lot of it has to do with, baby boomers are getting older and there's a lot of extra stuff that people need to get rid of. So today I am back in my chair. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And I was just talking about buying space. And when I sell this stuff, I have a lot of work, a lot of effort to sell it, or a lot of work and a lot of effort to donate it or gift it. Of course, these boxes are full of lots of different kinds of stuff. The two white boxes are mainly owls, and they came from Marty's room, and they cleared off some of these shelves because they were getting too crowded. So the owls from over here and the excess owls from Marty's room are in this white box and this white box. I know a lot of people like owls, so I might have an owl cell. And these boxes over here near the TV are empty boxes, and I give those away with paper and bubble wrap and etc. to people in the community that are moving or need to store stuff or are shipping. So I recycle the boxes I receive from resellers to protect the planet. So I have to go through these boxes the next couple of days because I don't have my scales to weigh things. So I've been making a trip to the post office to find out how much everything weighs. So I haven't put on my pirate ship on my phone or started using my printer. I've been handwriting labels and taking the packages to the post office, which is highly inconvenient. And I know my life could be easier if I I got 3 scales to weigh packages. And I have run across them before, and I don't know where they are now. So I have to search through all this to find those scales. And if I don't find them over there, I have to search through the boxes in that room back there. And if I can't find one there, I have to search through the boxes over here. And then if that doesn't work, there's some boxes in Marty's room. There's some boxes in the garage. You get the idea. I got boxes and boxes of stuff that I'll have to go through. Now, I'm not a complete hoarder. We can get through. We got room to move around. I do have some stuff over here to the right. I have a pile of laundry. I don't want you to see my laundry. But that's what I do is I get the boxes from the resellers at auction. Good morning, Johnny. And I unpack the boxes. I gift what I'm going to gift out of it. I use what I'm going to use out of it. And then the rest gets put in boxes if it's going to be used later or donated. And so I have to go through these boxes, Johnny, to find my scales. I can't find my postal scales. And I got at least 3 of them, but they are somewhere in these boxes. So what I've been doing is just taking all my packages to the post office first without knowing what my shipping's going to be. And you know how inefficient that is. So I'm just too stubborn to buy another set of scales when I have 3. So I'm going to have to go through these. Good morning, Little Lone Prepper. How you doing? Oh, I'm sorry about that. Oh, I deleted the upload from it. I can't go fix that while I'm live because I only have the one phone. Well, it's Monday. I do have my coffee, but today I'm back in the chair. I'm conserving my energy because I'm going to the post office today, and I have to go to 2 different post offices, one to mail out and one for the incoming. And I don't know if you knew this or not, but I was in the ICU during Hurricane Helene. I had some complications with my blood sugar, to say the least. I ended up in ICU during a hurricane. But anyway, in late July, I also fell. So I'm in need of physical therapy. So what I'm doing is the walkway to the post office for the outgoing mail is 50 feet long. I put a picture on my community page a long time ago of this walkway, and everybody's, oh, what a beautiful post office. But what they had was like this swamp in front of the post office, this grassy area that was always wet. So they built a bridge across it, and it looks beautiful. It's a beautiful area, but everybody that goes to the post office has to walk that extra 100 feet because of that wonderful walkway. Good morning, Siddhatra. Is that close? Do I pronounce the H? Well, I'm instead of working out money for physical therapy, I'm kind of designing my own physical therapy program with things that I kind of need to do in my life anyway. But at some point in time, I will go ahead if I can't find my postal scales in these boxes here today. And I have to start looking in the boxes in there or the boxes in the bedroom behind that entertainment center. And I go through all these boxes and I don't find one of the 3 postal scales I have. Sid? Okay, good morning, Sid. Thank you for that. But so eventually I'll go ahead and just buy another pair if I can't find them because this is going to wear me out. And I'm a fall risk. So I'm going to be doing this sitting on a walker, going through these boxes and having family members pull them over to me some. And last night I've got a rubber stamp kit up there that had come open and I can't get all the pieces back in. So I finally got that folded over last night. And this is junk mail. I need to go through that junk mail. And some of it, there's some teal envelopes in there. You can't see it because I'm in black and white right now. But so, I just, little long loan prepper, it just kills me because I want to be, I'm in Florida right now. I'm in the United States. I'm in Jacksonville, Florida, which is the northeast corner of Florida. Where do you think I'm from? Good morning, Matthew. But it'll take a lot of my energy to go through these boxes. It'll take a lot of my energy to get to that post office counter. And when you have physical therapy and you go to physical therapy, when I had physical therapy before, I would go 3 times a week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to that post office 3 times a week, and I'm going to be emptying these boxes and repacking them, and that will take quite a bit of strength and endurance. And even when you have physical therapy at a gym or hospital or a facility, when you go, hold on just a minute. I needed a drink of coffee. The days you go to physical therapy, you're worn out for the rest of the day. And I haven't done a lot of this stuff because when I do it, I'm worn out for the rest of the day. So it's pretty much the same thing. I'm just going to use the stuff that I need to do as my physical therapy to gain strength and endurance. Good morning, Mike. How you doing? Oh, I'm excited. I'm going to be on Any Fin as Possible this morning. He goes live at 10 o'clock for fishing, but his Monday lives are usually for members only. And Mike here, MVP Fishing, is part of that fishing group that's in there. He goes into Mike, why don't you have you gone on Bob's Live? Because what he does is he's fishing and he has another person fishing, usually Brad. And Stuart, the Fish Whisperer, is his moderator. And then I come on and just talk about fish things that I have, like jewelry or resin or bottle openers or, this or that. And we have a good time. But Mike also does fishing lives. So I've got in the habit of watching all these fishermen. I really enjoy it. I think the water and the scenery is calming to me, and it's comforting. I mean, it's exciting when they get a fish on the line. We all go, bam! And I really have come to love it. Good morning, Craig. I am so glad you're awake. I think you've forgotten my name, but you're awake. Now, Land Shark Picker, I've known for 4 or 5 years. When I first came on YouTube and started going to online auctions, I had, at that time, thought about selling. And him and another gentleman kind of discouraged me from opening an eBay store because right as I came on the scene, right at the beginning of pandemic, there were some big, let's just call them brouhahas at eBay. They had a change of management that was rather dramatic, and the new team didn't seem to know what they were doing. Things have gradually improved since then, but I still don't have an eBay store, but I have started selling. And tomorrow at, I think it's noon that Johnny starts the rapid fire round. Do you know, Craig? It's either noon or 1 on New England Cajun Roots Reseller channel. Now, he came in at the very beginning of this and said hello. So his channel name is up there, New England Cajun Roots Reseller LLC. And he is the host for the sale that I'm going to be on tomorrow. And I believe my slot is 6 p.m. I got the email, but I'll be on live tomorrow with Bob at Any Fin as Possible with the membership only live. And then tomorrow, as a member of New England Cajun Roots Reseller, I can sell on the rapid fire round. So I'm going to be live on other channels for the next 2 days. And that's very, very unusual for me. I usually just sell maybe once a month. And I've been on Bob's Live for 3 weeks now. Good morning, Tooch Man. How you doing? Oh, I'm ready for that invoice. And I got a new pet peeve that has nothing to do with you, but well, I'm Christian and I read Bible on my channel, and so I don't like to do things on the Sabbath. And so I got 2 invoices on Sunday afternoon. And let me see. Well, I don't want to say who they're from. But anyway, I got 2 invoices on Sunday afternoon. Well, Sunday afternoon, I am completely disconnected. Good morning, Timmy. I am completely disconnected from YouTube usually about that time. I don't go to a lot of lives or do a lot of business kind of things, because I did pop into one auction yesterday, but I usually don't do that kind of thing on Sunday. So I got an invoice Sunday afternoon, and Monday morning I go check my emails, and I got 2 invoices, and they're marked overdue, and I paid them and within 12 hours, but they're marked overdue. So when I start to sell, okay, great. Michelle is a mutual friend of Timmy's and I, and she does wonderful Bible studies. But let me finish what I'm going to say about PayPal. I'm going to be selling tomorrow, Timmy, at New England Cajun Roots Reseller. And when I send out my invoices on PayPal, I'm going to try to make it so the invoices aren't due for 48 hours. Because I just paid 2 invoices this morning that were just 12 and 13 hours old that were marked overdue, like I was delinquent. And it just so happened that it wasn't on the same date, even though I paid it within 12 hours. So there's got to be a way to mark those invoices so that they don't show overdue once it gets to midnight. Yeah, I got you too, Timmy. Thank you so much for your support. Yeah, Mark said due immediately if you don't set a date. And see, I've never set a date on an invoice, so I don't know how to do that. So my invoices would do the same thing to other people, mark it overdue past midnight. And if you fix up the invoice at like 11 p.m., they've only got an hour to pay before their invoice is marked overdue. And I don't know if, yeah, exactly. I think that's fair because that gives people 2 days. Yeah, I bet Johnny knows. Absolutely. Okay, yeah, I'm going to do that to my invoices because I just don't like the feeling of looking at an invoice and it says overdue and it's just like 12 hours old. If I'm, 2 days late, paying it, I got it. I mean, I'm overdue. But usually I pay my invoices on the same day. It's just that Sunday, the first happened to fall on Sunday this week. So I don't look at my email or invoices or any of that on Sunday usually. Now, sometimes I will pay on Sunday. Yep, there he is. I'm selling on Two Old Guys Vintage and Resale, but not until April. I am on the rapid fire round Tuesday, tomorrow, and the first Tuesday of January. And I don't have anything else scheduled. Yeah, PayPal is the only method of payment I have right now. Even as I've been a buyer for 4 years now, I started out buying fitting on depression glass on Facebook. And after that, I discovered the resellers on YouTube. And Craig was part of that group that I initially was involved with. Anthony from Pittsburgh and Nate. We've lost Nate. And several other people. Oh, Tommy and Destiny. And I was going to a group called Christian Womanhood in the morning. All right. Thank you, Timmy. I'll see you later. It must be time for Michelle. Michelle Crochets and Crafts, which used to be Michelle Crochets in Kansas, is a mutual friend of Timmy's and I, and she does these wonderful devotionals. She has a devotional Monday through Friday starting at 7:30, and if I'm not here, and I can be online at all, I'm not out running an errand or it's a grocery store or something, I go over and visit Michelle, and she has a wonderful devotional time and prayer. And, had to pick a time to go live. And some mornings I don't go past 7:30, and some mornings I do. Oh, you're on there with Ella? Ella, 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 Ella. I love Ella's theme. She's the Save Here First channel name is perfect because, it says right up front, come and save with me first. And then, she's got that little jingle. She's got it going on. And she is such a workhorse, too. I really, and have enjoyed in the past. I think I have over 30 videos of unboxings and unenvelopings from Ella because, she's so efficient. And she's kind of local to me. I like buying from Florida resellers. You can ask like Nana Tinks with Auction with Friends. I buy from her more when she's in Florida than I do when she's up north because she's a snowbird and she's closer to me. Victoria I bought from over and over and over because our post office boxes are 9 miles from each other. And when I buy prizes for bingo, all you have to do is take them from one pile and put them in the envelopes, right, Johnny? So I think about when I buy something from somebody, the amount of how that much they recycle and reuse on the boxing and the paper and all of that. Now I sometimes get stuff that's getting almost ratty, and I never complain about it because, I'm about recycling and reusing. I do believe there's a limit to it, but I never say anything negative about it because I want to encourage that behavior. I don't want to discourage anybody from recycling or reusing. But, and I also think about the amount of gasoline, even though I'm not paying for the gasoline directly, what's being used. Like, if you use plastic cups, it takes oil and it takes water to create those plastic cups. But in that single use of plastic cup, if I have a dishwasher, which actually I don't have a dishwasher right now, not since I moved, but if you run that regular cup through the dishwasher, how much water does it take to keep that glass clean? How much money does it take to keep the space for that permanent glass? And how much money did it take to make that glass? Of course, I try to use everything until it's not usable anymore. I've got my car is a 2010 Chevy. So, I just, drive every car I have until the wheels fall off of it, and I think about, how things affect the environment. Right now, to my right, I have a big bag of medicine, and some of it's getting ready to expire. So we're going to use the medicine that's ready to expire first, and then once the pills have expired, if the bottle is empty, we take the labels off of those bottles and we donate them to the local animal shelters so they can use them to help feed the puppies and the kittens, because somehow they reuse medicine bottles to do that. I've got some insulin in the refrigerator that I had during the hurricane, and we lost power for 22 hours. But there's a place in Gainesville that'll actually reimburse me my money if I send them that insulin. Now, I don't make any money off of it. It's not one of those places that you get money for sitting in diabetic supplies. You make zero profit, and you have to work really hard to get it in the right cooler, to get it with the right freezer packs. You have to follow their directions exactly, and you have to pay up front to mail it off. But then they'll reimburse you for the postage, or they'll send you a label up front. So I like doing stuff like that because insulin, especially, is expensive, and there are people out there that need it for their life. So when I moved, I knew I had a lot of stuff. This was 3 years ago. So I found these programs where I could send things off, and what was in my home wouldn't go in the landfill because I had seen the company that owned the rental units I rented before, that what they did when people moved out. And it was just straight into the dumpster, straight into the landfill. And I'm like, nope, that's not going to happen with my stuff. Exactly. Yep. I have a friend that is using, um, when they buy lunch meat, it's in those little plastic tubs. He saves those little plastic tubs and puts supplies in them. So I was like, oh, okay. And I've used kitchen stuff. I've actually done a Facebook Marketplace pickup where the woman was selling these jars that she had bought like gourmet pickles in or something like that. And they were really nice, thick glass jars. And I knew the next place they were going to go was the recycle bin, and the lids were going to go in the trash. So I picked them up and I brought them to my mom's house and I put them on a desk outside on the carport. And these church women she was friends with came by and they got them for crafts. And even though it's not like a regular mason jar, wow. You can still reuse it to store food in. You got 5 auctions in the next 3 days. Let's wait till Thursday. I don't know what amount I'm up to, but I still want to look at what you have because I mean, I'm not the kind that's going to buy a lot of the pooch man. Marty and I are both allergic to animal dander. And so we can't have pets, unfortunately. So we're not going to buy, I did have, when I was a child, I had 2 dogs. One was named Rex, and he was a German Shepherd. And Rex loved us, and we loved him. And unfortunately, Rex jumped on a neighborhood child and broke his arm. He was just being friendly. You know how German Shepherds are when they're 3 foot tall when they're puppies still, before he was under a year old. Yeah, and so anyway, we had to give him away, and he went out in the country, and poor Rex. Let me get some coffee. Poor Rex loved us so much and missed us so much that he stopped eating. Good morning, Donitha. I'm telling a childhood story about my German Shepherd when I was young, who had to leave town. We lived in a town, and he was taken out to the country because he, by accident, broke the arm of a neighborhood child or neighbor's son. Well, I was a child then. Anyway, so I went out to see Rex in the country, and he was all happy, and we hugged each other and we played. And they wouldn't let him off the chain though while I was there because they were afraid he would take off. Or when we left, he wouldn't let me leave. So anyway, after that day he ate, and then the next day when I wasn't there, he didn't eat. See, yarn again today. So that's about 10. Okay, at that time, I'm going to be live on Anything is Possible. See, Angie Oddities is tonight. What time does Angie's Oddities start? And tomorrow, let's see. You're on East Coast Resellers. Oh, you're on Rapid Fire Round. So am I. Okay. And then East Coast Resellers Wednesday. Okay. And Hump Day on Wednesday. Hi, Marty. I'm live.
Hey. Apparently there is a canceled James Bond Lego game that the trailer has been leaked for.
Oh, my goodness.
And I'm just like, what the heck?
6:30 Eastern. Okay. Well, that's great because that's after, well, let me see. Yeah, that's after bingo. Tooch Man says hello. You know, the person I call Pooch Man.
Hello.
Well, that was unexpected, and there was no reaction when I said I was live. So, but that's okay. Marty's a happy soul, and they are interested in Lego, evidently. We haven't had Legos here in the family for quite some time. Do you want?
It's pretty much one of those things I've accepted that it's too expensive, so I enjoy it from afar.
Oh, okay.
You get me. I like watching YouTubers talk about it and that sort of
Oh,
stuff.
okay. Well, send me some of the videos of the stuff you like.
Okay.
It's not completely out of reach for us to have some Legos. I went to a local gaming store, and they have this big bin of Legos that you can just buy little pieces of it. And Marty made this wonderful phone stand. That happened before we moved. We went to this gaming store, but we need to go back to that gaming store. We haven't gamed since Marty became of age. And I went down to that gaming store right after we moved to this part of town because it's in this part of town. And this guy came up to me that I used to game with, and he wanted me and Marty to come over to his friend's house. And it'd be just me and Marty and him and his friend. And I'm like, I'm not interested in that kind of gaming. I know what kind of game he was playing. I mean, in addition to Dungeons and Dragons, there were other things going on socially there. And Marty has autism, and we're not up for any of that. So I stopped gaming when Marty turned of age because of those. Well, I don't know if I should say this at 7 a.m. To 8 a.m., but there's sexual politics involved in pretty much everything. And because of the sexual politics, we just stopped. Because, in person, tabletop gaming, it's a social group. And you have to find the right group to bring an adult with autism to start with. Just saying. But there are a lot of people that are probably on the spectrum that game. And they're the people that tabletop game are less and less these days. But I don't know what started me on Dungeons and Dragons, I guess. But we're more, since the pandemic, I think most people are more socially isolated. I was the manager of a meetup group for Jacksonville Dungeons and Dragons meetup group. And I ran that group for probably 5 years. And about 2 years before the pandemic, I let go of it because there was a gaming store that we all used a lot that got closed. And one of the main dungeon masters, the guy that's really started the group, he was in the Navy. And he left the Navy, and then he went to Georgia. And so after he left, and that one gaming store closed. There were other gaming stores, and there were other private games, but at that point, I just let go of it because it was hard. It was like over 200 members in that group. So I just let go of it at that point. See, East Coast resellers. Tooch Man, are you still here? Oh, okay, he's got to go drive. Okay. But Yarn Again is an East Coast reseller, so I'm a little confused about that. I'm on a members only live with Any Fin Is Possible at 10 a.m. So let me ask you a question. You say you're on Yarn Again today, and then you're on another East Coast resellers on Wednesday. Isn't Yarn Again East Coast resellers? That's what confuses me, because when I did the playlist for Teresa and Dawn and you and some other people that have been on East Coast resellers, if I know for sure I've bought it when the person or part of the order when they were on East Coast resellers, I'll go ahead and put it on the East Coast resellers playlist. So I should probably sometime, not today because I'm on with Bob at Any Fin Is Possible today on a members only, but I should sometime in the future go into East Coast resellers and drop the link for that playlist so people can see my unboxings from you guys. I think that would be wonderful, if people would run that playlist. I did make it for people to watch. Donitha is a crafter, and she makes just the most beautiful crafts. I don't know if you sell anything, Donitha, but I know that you go to some lives. I know you go to Cindy at Cindy Loves Jewelry and Paper Crafts. I got an unboxing from Cindy from I think it was last Friday or Friday before. And I've bought from Cindy for years, and I love her. Matter of fact, I just found, hold on a second. I'm regretting that I'm in black and white right now. Hang on. Sorry about the dark. I've got to get something. There's a bag. It's right here next to me. But since I have my feet up, I got to put my feet down and grab this bag. And I'm going to show you all something beautiful. I hope I can get the filter changed back. She made something for me. And Cindy does all these wonderful custom ATC cards. If Donitha is still here, she can tell you what ATC card is. But it's the shape. Hold on a second. Okay. Let me see if I can change my filter while I'm live back to normal. Okay, we're on normal mode. Now this is in a plastic sleeve. Now this is a Easter bookmark, and she made like 20 of them for me. And she put this Bible verse on here. I ended up giving her the wrong chapter verse on the Bible verse. And stuff. I saw you doing an unboxing from Beth. I better watch my back. You're getting good at unboxings. But I love these. Bookmarkers that she made for me. I got 5 left to give away this Easter. I gave the rest of them away last Easter. And they are just gorgeous. I think crafters are at a big disadvantage in reselling. The YouTube online reselling community, for the most part, they clean off end caps at Walmart, and they clean out storage units, and they go to estate sales. And if they find something, for instance, I should have had this on my legs. Hang on. Okay. This, let me cover up my toes. Beautiful little like miniature blanket. This blue. that I should have had on my diabetic legs all along. This I bought from Don and Mary at Two Hip Chicks for $4. And you can't buy the thread, the yarn to make this for $4. So that's a big issue with the crafter community because there's so much stuff available from storage units and estate sales and from everybody's grandma's attic that they're willing to get rid of at a lower price, that it's hard for somebody that handcrafts or does yarn, to make a profit because the yarn in this is just, more than I paid for this item and the shipping. And but paper crafts, at least the shipping is reduced, and I think the amount of time is reduced too. Like these bookmarks, they did take time, but she did like a big sheet of this background color and then cut it up, and then I put the sleeve on it, but she put the ribbon on it. She sent me some extra ribbon to put on it. She did the stamping once it was dry. But, something like this is a lot more time efficient than a quilt like this or a blanket. I'm sure this blanket, whoever did it, God bless them, probably took, I don't know, weeks of spare time. Of course, different people work at different rates. So I think it's hard to resell something like this. But I appreciate all of you that are staying with me. I know I have technical difficulties a lot, and I appreciate you all being patient with me and coming in and remaining loyal to me. I really do. And you all got to meet Marty this morning. That was a completely unexpected. And God bless you if you are watching the replay. And I am doing the live again from the recliner this morning, mainly because of the cold. I just need to conserve my energy to do other things. And there goes Marty. You all have a wonderful and blessed day.